Hi friends, welcome to the Paddle Stack podcast where we'll be chit-chatting with players in the Brooklyn/New York City pickleball scene. Today, we're at the beautiful Squib Park in Brooklyn Heights, hanging out with the 4-0 Plus Friday crew. Chit-chat and talk about the game that we're watching?
Yeah.
Super casual, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just to make the video more interesting.
Can I sit over there?
Yeah.
Can I talk about how bad Alex is, how horrible he is?
Yes. Nobody wants to play with a lefty.
Exactly. We're all white supremacists.
Yes.
I do like stacking with him though, it's fun. And I was playing Denmark a lot, and there they don't even know what stacking is. So I played with a lefty and I was like, you want to stack? He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I explained it to him, he's like, wow, that's crazy.
How many people are playing over there?
There's like a tight group of like 20, 25, and they have like tournaments with Germany and Sweden and Norway. There's probably like about that, well, probably more in the other countries. But they're pretty serious about it. It's just a very small crew.
Right.
And so I find that they don't improve as much and as quickly because they're playing like the same people, and they only play twice a week.
So they're stuck in a skill bubble.
Exactly. They're all solid, but like I leave, and 4 months later I come back and I'm much better, and they're all about the same.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because we have a bigger crew here with those different people.
Grant going for a speed up there. Yeah, it's kind of important to play with a variety of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Sarah's gotten so good with the soft game. Thanks.
Yeah, Sarah's improved a ton.
Yeah. Maybe the most improved player.
I think so. 3-4-1.
Nice defense.
Not bad, almost. Do you have a duper, Eric?
I do, but I haven't played in over a year in any tournament, so it's been sort of stagnant, I think.
Yeah. It's probably not very
It's not very accurate.
indicative of your...
Yeah, I don't think so. Shot.
What do you think of duper overall?
I don't have enough experience. At the beginning, when it was starting, I thought it was a little annoying how people were entering games in a duper without talking about it.
Yep.
There was a couple like rec games where all of a sudden I saw the scores on duper, but I feel like you have to at least establish that it's a duper game before.
Because you might be working on some stuff. You don't want to... If you knew that it counted for something for real, you probably would be making different decisions.
100%. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think about it? You're much more in it than I am.
Well, the main problem with duper is the duper bubbles. So like there are a lot of people that don't really like cross-pollinate. Let's say they only play in New York City. It's hard to know, like if you only play with your bubble of 25 people, and nobody else leaves and plays anywhere else.
True.
How does it compare to like a Florida 4-0 versus a New York 4-0, for instance?
So is there any way you can imagine like normalizing for those things?
Yeah, I mean if they cared a lot about it, they might like, I don't know about hire, but maybe hire somebody that spreads the data around, you know, the people that travel.
Right.
Yeah, I mean they've done that kind of in tennis a long time ago when I first started. They had like rating clinics where people would travel around and they would have like kind of benchmark players a little bit.
Interesting.
Kind of like pace setters.
Is duper the only rating system that's really being used right now?
Well, they're probably gonna win. There's like a few.
Nice point.
Head fake. It's the only one that's worth paying attention to at all.
Okay.
I mean, there's rankings for pros, like points for pros and different like PPA and stuff, but that's very different. Not really relevant to the rest of us.
Have you seen if they'd hire you to be that guy to travel around? And you have a young child.
Yeah.
Do it. It'd be fun though.
But yeah, just set up like little duper events, but like have like a handful of people from somewhere else.
Yeah. No, that's a great idea. That's a good way to solve it.
So that you can get more data that where the bubbles overlap. But then there's also like gender bubbles and age bubbles.
Right. And does Duper account for any of those things?
No.
Oh wow.
So like if you play only 60 plus tournaments and you might be a 4-5, like that's, you can't expect to be the 19 plus 4-5 player.
Right.
Or if you play women's doubles only, like how does that compare to someone that plays men's doubles only?
Right. Interesting.
How's it going, JJ?
Okay, you're shooting this way, right?
We're sitting here. There's another camera over there.
Okay.
You can join us.
We're talking trash.
Yeah, you can talk about the game.
I saw I saw some of your Kelsey, Kareem.
Oh, the new YouTube upload?
Yeah. Where was that? Fort Greene at that the playground?
Yeah. It used to be top secret, but Kareem blew it up.
They all are. Like St. Andrews, it used to be top secret too. Now
It's just people who live around there playing, right?
Well, it was saying there's a guy I try to connect with, Eric Ho. Like there's a guy from the community. He's like the family's owned his house and it's for 100 years, and he wants to do something. He just doesn't want. He's scared to death that like we're gonna build all these pickleball courts, take away basketball courts for the community.
Right?
Woo! Nice shot.
By the way, I had another left-handed
Only good things, right?
ATP forehand.
Nice. That's the benefit of switching. You get more reach or more control over there.
On that, that's the one shot.
On that one shot, yeah. Or like maybe an overhead or a lob over your backhand.
But I never think to do that on my.
Do you ever switch? You never switch?
No, I never. I just go high backhand.
I just had Sam do this past week.
Oh, Sam and them are doing great.
You enjoy working with the kids?
Yeah. The kids pick things up so quickly. They don't have anything that they have to fight against. Like, past experience or their egos are all different than full-grown adults.
Which side goes on again? Which is
The plastic protects the good stuff.
So that's where you want.
That's what you want to touch your hand with.
Okay.
So you take that plastic off. That's the surface you want to touch your hand.
Does it matter what order it goes, clockwise or counterclockwise?
Match the angle. Yeah. So you don't have to match literally, but that way is the right way for right-handers. Let's see it. Oh! It's like the first hot day.
Yeah. Really hot.
Almost 90.
And I planted. It was like bad luck. I planted my garden, because it's all starter. All my vegetables are all in the starting position.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make sense to like set up the whole irrigation system because the pot they're so small.
Right.
So I had like a sprinkler system that's just not going to work in 90-degree heat.
I love that you have a whole like automated, like a remote setup.
Yeah, I haven't set that up yet. I have, this is
nice
just, like
touch.
I have a timer for right now.
Grant's doing very well.
Yeah, Grant's been working hard to improve.
Yeah, totally.
Matthew has really good, naturally good hands.
He does. He's always been a really good defensive player.
Yeah.
It's hard to get through him if he's on the baseline, and then same at the net. He has some really good hands. He can get out of trouble.
Yep.
Oh!
Oh, that's
What a
point.
finish.
How fast are you with this?
I can do it really fast.
Amazing. Thank you. I'm sniffing at it.
This is, I would say this is a challenging grip because it's not pre-cut on the bottom, but it's not a problem.
Here's this.
We get some gripping footage.
You saw Carrie send an email. Did you see that text?
Oh yeah, yeah.
She wants to move in.
Should be fine.
I'm coming. I'm just getting my paddle. 1 second.
Normally we have scissors.
Pair.
No good.
Ready to do it?
Can you rip this?
Yeah.
Maybe single there. Yeah. Is this your first game right now?
No.
You're on the other court.
This was throughout, right?
Yep. It's all trash.
Amazing.
JJ Birdie.
Amazing.
Boom.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Grant, first time with the paddle? Yeah.
This is actually free.
Okay, okay.
Mine comes today.
That's right, that's right. He has some extra weight. You should probably... Oh, actually, I know. He does 8.8.
I feel like you get to see me only when you humiliate me.
It's true. Sarah, you want to chit-chat?
Chit-chatting on media?
You just chit-chat, you watch the game.
Sure.
Eric says you're the most improved player.
Is that right?
Yep.
I'll take that. Been practicing. Me and Molly are playing APP,
Nice.
so we gotta work on it. That's for sure. Friday at Squib has become a nice tradition.
Yeah, it feels like the old days again.
Without a wall behind us.
Yes. It's an improved version.
Without a wall and
Yeah. I mean, we don't
slippery paint.
have the lights, but
That's true.
it's okay.
But it's summer now.
Yeah. A bunch of people have summer Fridays, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, David, oh, he's a potential quick improver here.
Yeah, he used to play tennis.
Yeah.
He loves the singles. He has the singles paddle.
That is the singles paddle, exactly.
The singles paddle. Me and Alex came out strong.
Yeah, I saw.
Yep. Yep.
You guys are doing well together.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
It could go either way. Well, you're the one that got us started with that.
Yeah.
On that the very first tournament right here.
There's a lot of couples that play pickleball together, but I never used to see it in tennis. I think that was a
Interesting.
pure recipe for disaster. But in pickleball, it works a lot more frequently, I noticed.
Yeah.
How's it going, Lindsay?
Yeah, I stacked my paddle.
Do you want to sit and chit chat?
All right.
This on camera?
See you later.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, it's there. It's stacked.
What's the idea?
Just so
It's
that
the
it's a
Vatic
little
with
bit
the
more
black
entertaining to watch the game.
Handle?
Just so there's some chit chat. I can have a
Just
little,
like the banter.
yeah, a little picture in picture or a little bit of
Kelsey's
commentary.
good for that.
Yes. Yeah. Uh-oh. Little first game errors.
First game can be worst game.
Yeah, often is.
It's not good in a tournament scenario. There we go. When are they going to have ball people at the pickleball tournaments? Gathering up balls for
Sometimes they
everybody?
kind of do, but they don't operate like tennis ball people. They just like sit in the corner and get the ones that like leave the play area.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll earn that.
I think so. Though the pickleball court's a little smaller, so the
That
players
is true. You don't have to go too far.
you don't have to run to get the ball.
Yeah.
What's your current duper situation these days?
I'm at a 4.22 right now.
Oh wow,
Yeah. 4.22.
it's pretty good progress, especially from the first
Yes.
hiccup getting in the twos.
Yes. I don't know what happened. That didn't make any sense to me. I knew a couple of people that something happened with their system, and then they wrote to me and said they were going to fix it,
Okay.
and they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, something went haywire.
Well, it's good that they fixed it.
But the very first tournament I was ever in never even got entered into Duper.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the biggest problems with duper is that it's not standard yet.
Yeah.
It's getting there though. But I don't think like pickleballbrackets.com still doesn't enter into duper. I'm pretty sure. And that's like about half the tournaments.
Yep. Pickleball brackets, none of them get entered into the
I don't think
tournament?
so. It's not. At least it's not
Duper?
automatic. The tournament director or the individuals have to like manually put it in. But then it's not worth the same. I'm pretty sure it's not worth the same as it's like half power or whatever
Right.
if you manually put things in. Ernie.
Brent was dying to get me on the Ernie during our game. He kept jumping out there.
You should go for the Fernie. I think that's what it's called. It's where you take whenever he jumps, just hit him right in the chest.
Good idea.
Bernie?
Yeah, when people it's a failed Ernie. When people are in the air, they can't really move.
That's true.
So when he jumps and you can see it, just tap. It's actually one of the easiest body bags.
What are your thoughts on women in pickleball? Look at this crew.
I think
All
that
men. Last week I was here on Friday. It was me and 11 men. Thank you, Lindsay, for joining.
What?
Thanks for joining today and adding some estrogen.
Yeah.
Too much
you were
eating.
10 dudes?
Yeah, it was me and 11
Ooh,
dudes
nice
last
get.
week.
I think
JJ counts for 2.
Who does
that's
it?
double testosterone.
Yeah.
He's as wide as two men, ego-wise.
Ego, yeah, exactly. Daddy.
JJ counts as 2.
No.
You have enough testosterone for 2 dudes.
We need 4 women to balance it out. Yeah, he need. It's just I think it's a participation thing in terms of men and women.
Nice shot.
So then the depth of field is a lot, like lacking. It seems like there's a lot more men that are like fully obsessed.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. So then it might be a little bit more even, like in the 3.0, 3.5 range. But then once you get past 3.5, it starts to thin out. But I think to get past 3.5, you have to be a little bit more obsessed.
Are you suggesting men are more obsessive
Maybe,
by
yeah.
nature, perhaps?
Yeah. Maybe willing to do stupid things like take off work to play pickleball, stuff like that.
Yeah. Play 9 times a week.
Call in sick to play pickleball, stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
Yeah, exactly, 9 times a week.
I think Matt canceled a meeting to play pickleball.
Yeah, see. That's
I just don't even schedule the meeting. Block it off to begin with.
But I would guess that's kind of the main difference. But that makes you more valuable as a high level player. You have your pick of mixed partners.
I suppose so.
Oof. So you're playing just women's with Molly? in
Just
AQP?
women's with Molly, yeah.
It's coming up soon.
Well, we had that bet with Kelsey, but that didn't work out.
Oh, you and Alex, right?
That's right, we're supposed to.
Oh,
You
yeah.
should have. You really just should have.
Well, there was the wait list. There were like 10 people on the wait list.
Yeah.
So it seems.
You're playing 4-0 with Molly?
Yeah.
And then it would have been 4-0 mixed with Alex?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice
We
reset,
have,
David.
Yeah, we have really good days and really bad days. You never know.
Yeah.
Molly does need to get a new job. That's right.
I can't believe this is like
Very bad timing.
show up at 2.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
That is a
Kinda
lot
ridiculous.
of people showing up on Friday. at
People
2
with
o'clock.
jobs.
People with
We're
jobs.
all like somewhat employed, right?
It's true.
I think everybody is very employed, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
But yeah, Molly needs to be out here.
Yes.
She's showing up for work and doing
Showing
weird,
up for work.
weird stuff like that.
Yep.
When you have good and bad days, is that are you talking about like tournament play or like rec play or
Any.
drills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like rec play. Sometimes we'll come out and
Yeah.
play really well together. Chemistry's there. Sometimes it's a shit show. And it spirals downward, you know, because you can get
Yeah.
mad at your husband and wife, you know. But,
Right.
You know, it's a different kind of mad when you get mad at somebody else.
Yeah, it's basically if you're getting mad at your partner, it's over.
That's right.
I don't think you can recover
That's
really.
right. Whether they're your husband or they're your partner.
Yeah. I mean, you might be able to skill your way out of it, try to win the match, but if it's even, you're gonna lose.
Yep. Can't
Your
get
opponents
mad.
are a good match.
Yeah. So
But yeah, it's
therein lies the difficulty. Nice.
read that way early. Sarah, you do that really well.
What's that?
The counter when they try to speed up the middle.
Oh,
It's locked down.
Better.
It's there.
I used to come home from pickleball with welts all over my body, all over, and they would last for days. Big red marks all over.
And they say it's just a wiffle ball.
If they say it's just a wiffle ball, it was insane.
I mean, tennis ball would hurt way more, but it still
So
hurts.
happens to you enough, you figure out how not to let that happen. So
Yeah.
much.
Oh, went for the speed up.
Woo!
Oh, maybe a tactical error there. Lindsay, you playing in multiple brackets, the APP?
I'm playing 4.5, 35 plus with Matt and with Kareem.
Okay. Nice, nice, nice. I don't think I have seen a 35 plus bracket actually run without combining
Right?
with 19 yet.
Because they don't get enough people?
Yeah.
Right.
But maybe this one, since it's so,
Yeah.
you know, so packed with signups, maybe we'll get an actual 35 plus bracket. So I've never actually seen it, like an actual 35 plus
Right.
bracket.
What about 50 plus?
I see that, yeah.
But not enough middle-aged folks.
Yeah, like for me, like I could play 35 plus if I actually found a partner that was my age. But I don't know if I would play 35 plus personally.
Huh.
I think I would, well, I guess because they always get combined anyways, but I would rather sign up. If they're going to get combined, I would rather sign up for the 19 plus.
Yeah.
If I know it's basically a guarantee that we're all going to play together anyways.
Right?
It looks more legitimate that way.
Yeah.
But if we have an actual 35, I'd be curious what that looks like.
Well, Molly just turned, well, not just turned, she turned 30 last summer, so
She has a bit of way.
We have a
we
way
have,
to
we
go.
have a ways to go.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in 19 plus till for a long time.
You're fine at 19 plus.
2028.
I think there's a bigger difference when it comes to singles.
I would think so.
Yeah. Switch at 6.
Yeah. Well, if we do another MLP, I better brush up on my singles a little bit.
Yeah, the part of the
I had never played a day of singles in my life.
Part of the fun is that a lot of people haven't played singles in the light, and then it's cool to see everyone figure it out on the fly.
Yes.
Or in some people's cases, never.
Or in some people's
Or they
cases.
don't figure it out, yeah. Molly always surprises me when I see her play singles. She's an amazing singles player. Especially without practicing.
Yeah, she did well for our team.
Yeah.
She did well for our team.
You guys get the W there at the end? Or
No,
did Alex take it?
no,
Oh,
Alex.
stole it.
Remember? It was
Oh,
me
really?
versus Alex
Yeah.
for the final point. Yep. Didn't get the W.
Ooh.
That was a fun event, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna set one up again.
What, MLB?
Yeah. I think we can do Squib probably. Now that City Pickle exists. Woo!
Nice shot.
You're probably like Copenhagen or something. Probably 30 or 40. Mix. Actually, mostly older. Mostly like 40s, mostly 30s. Either tennis or they're actually doing basketball.
Long, yeah. Good defense. We'll check the tapes later. This will be on the record. You're either gonna be right or wrong.
Oh,
Were they done?
I think
It's me and you, sir.
me. Okay. All right.
Have fun.
See you later.
Thanks for the visit. Cream, you want to answer some questions?
Oh,
Nothing serious.
okay.
All right, what's your duper rating?
4.66.
Okay.
Waiting on one tournament to go in to see what it jumps to, or drops to.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to predict sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you think of duper overall?
I think it has a few flaws, but I think like the more you play, the more accurate it gets. But I think there's definitely like bubbles and pockets and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But overall, I think like it's a cool system. I wish the algorithm was better. I feel bad for some of the friends I have that play at the higher levels, like pro, and their matches don't count because of the point differential.
Yeah. I think they need to have something in place that's maybe more human that can fix that.
Yeah, or at least something special for those, at least the pro bracket or something like that. Or,
Yeah.
but I think they're onto something. They're new. They're working on it. I'm sure. They just need to dial it in.
How accurate do you think your duper is? Your rating to what you think?
I would call myself like a 4.75.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
I'm
agree.
5.0 yet. I don't think I'm a 4.5.
What's up, Jeremy?
I think I could, I don't know, like a tournament 4.5 player, recreational, slightly above 4.5.
Jeremy, you
But
can sit if you would like. We're just chit chatting.
the goal is to be able to.
It's just chit chat.
The goal is to be 5.0.
Anything could be edited out.
The goal is to be 5.0 by the end of the year.
Okay.
So I think I can do it.
What's your process step by step? Like, what's your play for getting to 5-0?
I think I need to drill a lot more.
Yeah.
I think I need to develop some better habits for some put away type power. Like my overhead stuff sucks.
Yeah.
I still have a couple bad habits I need to get rid of, and then I think just to get there, maybe play a few more tournaments at higher levels. See how I do. Oh, am I up?
I think you might be up.
I'm up. Okay. Good talking.
Good.
I'll be back.
transitions into just like all going into the net. I didn't get the feel.
There wasn't any mass. Yeah, the YOLO's heavier, so it'll push through more.
Just adjusting.
But this will be not so far off from the Yola in terms of the mass behind the ball. Ooh. Oh! It's on there. I don't know, his shot might have been out though, but it's worth it. Yeah, Lindsay will do that to you. Does anyone want to sit and answer a question or two? Okay, let's go, Ted. Oh, we got famous Ted here. This is not. It's a rare occasion. Okay, Ted. Do you have a duper? Are you aware of that?
I do.
Okay. What do you think of that? Or what is your duper?
It's like 4-3 something.
Okay.
4-3 something. But it's based on one tournament.
Okay.
So it might be accurate, but if it is, it's by chance.
That's not so bad, actually, in terms of how far off a lot of people's dupers are.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
it is. Where was the tournament?
At Piers.
Okay.
It was weird because we lost 2-1-1. I mean, I thought my duper would have been worse after that tournament. But
It's a lot about points.
yeah, we scored. They were close games.
Yeah. If you have close games with strong players, you'll have a strong duper.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people that are just they don't have any dupers and they're just starting, they'll play in highly ranked tournaments just to get a good established duper. It's kind of the move nowadays.
Yeah. It is a little.
You can game it.
Yeah, and it encourages running up the score a little bit. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's what you really care about.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it matters a little bit if you want to get up. And they might be, I don't know for sure, but they might be changing, I think it was PPA or maybe APP, where you can't play under your duper.
That makes sense. What's the competing one that's coming
a new
out?
rule?
It might be coming out soon, where you can't play under your duper. So if you're like if you're 4-7, you can't play in 4-0.
Yeah. What's the competing one coming out? It's, I think, another software system.
Oh, there's UTR.
Is that the one?
UTR they just started a pickleball.
That's a tennis, right?
Yeah, that's a standard for tennis, and I think it works quite well.
Yeah. So that's like different from. You can't make that. That's humiliating if that happens. That's like replaced the 3-5, 4-1, 4-5 tennis.
Yes.
It's standard now.
I don't know what it's out of, but it's higher numbers and
Yeah.
it's universal, so it's not just men's or whatever.
Right. Oh, okay.
Whereas the other one, the old tennis system, the NTRP, wasn't necessarily that accurate either.
Yeah.
Because it was based on your results, and you can fix your results pretty easily. 'Cause a lot of people don't want to get out of 4-5s,
Right.
so they could just lose just enough.
Uh-huh. What's the is women's and seniors the same? Like theoretically it is, but it doesn't seem to actually
Correct.
be.
Yeah, theoretically it should work that a 4-5 60 plus and a 4-5 12-year-old should be about the same level. But it doesn't work that way because 60-year-olds tend to play 60 plus or 50 plus.
Yeah.
12-year-olds tend to play 19 plus, so that they'll never see each other. So duper will never get good data
I see.
that way. And same with women's and men's. If you play women's doubles only and someone plays men's doubles only, there's not enough cross
Yeah.
data to make it actually accurate.
Yeah. Although people do seem to play a lot. Men and women play together a lot, but maybe
Yeah.
not in tournaments as well.
Right. Mix exists, but then the algorithm is tough in terms of who won that
Who
match.
gets credit for it?
Yeah, was it because the women was so solid
Yeah.
that it allowed the team to win, or was it because the guy played 98% of the court
Yeah.
and just overtook everything?
Yeah. Yeah, that was what I thought was weird about, like, I play one tournament with one partner, so how do they know how to give credit to whom?
Exactly. That's one of the flaws, is that if I'm playing with a partner that's lower duper than me, when we win as a team, duper actually gives me more credit. And if we lose as a team, duper gives the loss, kind of blames it on my weaker partner. So it's like, and it could be wrong. It could be that my duper is only high because of some artificial.
So what you're saying is that, like, statistically speaking, you should always play with a weaker duper person.
If your goal is to raise your duper,
Duper, that's the best way to raise your duper.
Yep, because then you're protected.
So if you're 4-2 and you want to go to a 4-5, you play with
Play with 4 O's, yeah, 3 9s. Duper will favor you. Oh, yeah.
Why are you asking about this? Are you, like, just curious how people feel about the rankings? Or?
Yeah, just kind of get a feel for what normal people think.
Yeah. What do you think?
About duper?
Yeah.
I think they need to put some human intervention in to make it better. Right now it's the best, but it doesn't mean it's great.
Well, how does it compare with the tennis?
Tennis is a little bit more established in terms of, like, we kind of have an idea of what a 4-5 tennis player looks like.
Right.
It's a little bit more new in terms of what does a 4-5 pickleball player look like. Right. And then, like,
the descriptions don't even describe, like, what
no, those don't work at all. And on top of that, it changes, like, it doesn't mean you're going to win if you have certain shots of pickleball. Whereas in tennis, it's hard to get away from, like, if you don't have a good serve, you can't be in 5-0. It's like, nah, you can't get away with that. But in pickleball, if you have the worst serve in the world, you can still be pro. So, like, the mechanics and the shots and all that kind of stuff, the athleticism, it matters less in pickleball.
I mean, human intervention would be tough for just so many players. How would you?
Yeah.
Maybe at the highest level you could do it. But to do it for everyone would be tough.
Exactly. So it's tough. But I think there are some ways to break some bubbles, but the smaller bubbles are tough to break. But, like, there are regional bubbles that are real.
Yeah.
Like, I travel down to Texas, and I might lose to a 4-4. Like, that's real.
Yeah.
Well, I think when I was in Grand Rapids, I felt like that as well. Those were
stronger than the. Grand Rapids was stronger than the East Coast, you think, or opposite?
No, I thought there were some really good players.
Yeah.
There's such good pickleball infrastructure out there too.
Yes, and there's some regional styles too, which is very interesting.
Yeah, we have the crappy court style.
Yeah. If you keep the ball off the ground.
Yeah.
No, that was true of tennis too. Like Michigan playing indoors, everything was faster, and then you play against Floridians that play clay outside. Everything's slower. So it changes how you develop.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Woo! I like playing tennis where I'm hard too.
Yeah.
It's just good for the feet.
Yeah.
But it's true, it's hard to get used to switching when you're used to one.
Right. Yeah, like the indoor tennis game for me, like you could just aim for lines and get close.
Yeah.
But then outdoor, you have the sun, the wind, all that stuff. It's like you need more margin.
Are these two cameras synchronized at the same exact time?
I can sync them later, yeah. But I will, I'll sync them.
And you'll do it based on, like, actual time?
So I actually had the camera facing the other way before.
Yeah.
And I caught, like, Alex's serve. So
yeah,
we could just match that ping, the sound.
But that was good.
Yeah. You know, like in movies, they have like that clapper.
I think so. Yeah.
That's what it. I use somebody's serve as a clapper.
Is that it?
Oh, I think it's
There's a stack there. Look down.
I think it's us.
All right. Thanks, Ted.
Do you have names? Everybody has a batted crow. Like.
It's a very Vatic heavy crew here. You want to answer some questions?
Yeah.
You want to comment on some things you see?
Yeah.
I've been asking everyone the same question, but I'll ask you too. What's your duper?
4.0.
4.0, okay. What do you think of duper overall?
I think that it can improve a little bit.
Yeah.
I come from, I know like chess ELO very well.
Okay.
And
the one thing that I like about chess Elo that is different from Duper is that you can't get punished for winning a chess game, no matter how lower rated the player is that you play against.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So like 12-10 win should be just a win.
Just a win.
Yeah.
You cannot go up if it's against people that you're favored to beat, quote unquote.
Okay.
But what I don't like about that is it disincentivizes better players from playing against lower players because there's
Exactly.
no advantage to them. It's actually only a disadvantage unless they blink you, especially if you're playing against somebody who feels like their duper is not a good representation of who they are as a player. It's very hard for them to get out of purgatory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like there's no incentive for, let's say, like 5-0s to come play right now and duper them, because and then you guys can't get some higher ratings because you can't play against 5-0s because they won't play with you. Yeah, there's no incentive.
Which is fine because now you see people playing in higher level tournaments than necessarily they need to, or than what their actual skill level is. Even like now, I'm looking to play in like 4 or 5 tournaments just to get those games.
To get the baseline and to get your baseline better.
Yep.
So that's good in a way that you're not playing and beating 3-0s and ruining their tournament.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So in that way, it's good.
In that way, it's good. Yeah, because it's interesting now. It's like, where do you draw the line of what's important? Winning tournaments or having a higher duper? You kind of have to.
Yeah.
It's difficult to strike that balance.
Yeah, getting medals or
Right.
improving your duper. I feel like there's more and more reasons now I see to start tanking your duper, whereas before there was no reason. Like in tennis, that was always an incentive to tank your score a bit.
What do you see are the reasons to tank your duper?
Like for instance, like the minor league pickleball, they have 16, 18, and 20.
Yep.
So if my duper was 4-0, if I could take it down there, I could win some cash. You know?
Right.
I could play on a strong, and I'll be an unnaturally strong rated player for my rating.
I didn't realize that there were cash prizes available at like the 18, 20 range.
Yeah,
or
and
16.
And even some other tournaments, like you can win cash at 3-5. Like,
It's kind of nuts.
yeah,
That's crazy.
Yep. So if you can,
So why don't you lose some matches on purpose?
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So now there's some incentive to drop your duper a bit. Some. It's not a lot, but.
Okay, so go straight Russian gambling with that.
That's why I do it.
Alex
Pump and
actually-
dump.
That's smart, Alex.
I'll be bench on last week.
I mean, really like a 5, 7-5, but
Yeah.
I took it down like a 4, 3, 5. Otherwise,
I mean, that would actually be sick. So, like in tennis, that used to happen. Like, you'd have like a future where somebody like dropped down a little bit,
Yeah.
and then like $100,000 ended up in a match with a future in Slovakia.
yeah.
Yeah. See, there's. Every system has flaws.
I do like Duper as a company, though.
Yeah?
I like the app. I know that it's getting better. I actually
Like the
got
bugginess.
Yeah, but I like the social features. I think they could do more with the social features. I mean, to me, like, I got into pickleball because of the friendships and the social play. These are, 12 of my closest friends now in New York, right?
Yeah.
I play pickleball with 3 or 4 times a week. And that only happened because I found a community that was playing on the handball courts Mondays
Lucky.
and Thursdays, right?
Yeah.
And if, for somebody who's getting into the game now,
Today, yeah.
Right.
First timer, maybe has potential to be a 4-5
Right.
in a few months.
right, I would
What do
love
they
it.
do?
I would love it if there were more opportunities to play Duper games. It seems very difficult to get those games in now,
Yeah.
unless you have a group of people who are always willing to play, but you don't always find the right times, or the right locations, or whatever. I wish that Duper had more opportunities, saying, hey, we're going to play Duper games. Everybody show up at this court. Me and 2 other people are bringing nets, and we're going to play for 3 hours. We're just going to log Duper games.
Yeah. So you think?
Interesting outfit. The walking around Squib.
Who is it? Oh yeah. It is. You're right. Wow. You see it all in NFT. It's a full-on swing like it's a beach.
Yeah.
I like
Beach
it.
day. Doesn't feel like a beach day.
Squib Beach.
Actually, actually, we should rename it.
In honor of Pig Beach.
Sorry, what was your question?
Oh yeah. So like in terms of getting more access to Duper event type stuff, you think that would be just organic if you just changed the app, or would there be like Duper employees maybe, or local organizers that would have to set this up?
I think if they gave us the infrastructure, we would be able to do it ourselves.
It would just happen kind of
It
naturally.
would just kind of need to, if there was just a feature within Duper, saying organize a Duper game.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like very similar. I don't know if you've used the City Pickle app, how you can like open up a game that way. And
I have not.
so there's like, it's a similar type of thing where you'd be like, hey, I booked a court. There's 3 open spots. Anybody 4-0 and above is welcome to join. And then they can just kind of.
So it just makes it simple to make a game.
Easier to organize a game. Right now it's very fractured. There's the Slack, there's the WhatsApp, there's the endless amounts of private group chats.
Yeah.
There's just.
So you were around for like the Pier 2 handball days.
Yes.
Like
Meanwhile, they couldn't get the second ball.
Yeah, I started playing there like September, October 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the same with me actually. That's exactly when I started.
Yeah, they,
What? Okay, so what's different about like that pickleball environment in New York City versus now?
I really liked like the advanced days. That was like what really took me from like being like a low 3.5 into like getting up to the 4.0, 4.25 range.
Yeah.
Because I was playing in Manhattan with other 3.5s, and it was nice to have somewhere that I could go and get my ass kicked. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can curse.
You can.
Yeah, I just get just get beat.
Right.
And just be like, oh, okay, this is a third shot drop. Whoa. Like
Right.
Like this is how you actually play, and it's like
You would never learn that if you got stuck in.
if I started playing at the pier right now, if I got into pickleball right now and I just played the social court, even the challenge court at the pier.
Yeah, you wouldn't know about dinking or drops.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't at all.
No.
It was the people there at the pier were very nice and taught me how to do those things. It was easy to get into those games, and you could lose and get back on. Because even like on our busiest day at the handball courts, it was like maybe a 15-20 minute wait.
Yeah, like 4 paddles deep maybe.
Yeah. 4 courts always going, sometimes even more if we got there in time.
Yeah.
So I mean, how casual that was awesome, and it was very
easy.
Like people were in routines. It was like you knew that Mondays and Thursdays were going to be the nights that we were going to go play.
Yeah.
And maybe some people get together on the weekends. I'm glad that the infrastructure is seemingly here. City Pickle's done a great job. I was down in Texas last week, and there's 80 different places that have some sort of offering. There's new courts in the West Village. There's new courts on the Upper East Side. Brookfield Place has a pop-up. Like there are so many places to play now that it's great, but it also kind of lends itself to the fracturing still. If like there's no like true like core community, I would love it if there was like one player, and I think maybe it could be Duper to just like be like the place to go to, to find players your level or even players better than you or more competitive play.
Yeah.
I wish there was more competitive play. Rec play is great. I wish there was more competitive.
Yeah. So like open versus let's cap this at 10 or 12.
Yeah, let's cap this at 10 or 12, and let's do like a scheduled like thing where we're gonna play round robin.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna get to play with everybody. Eric Ho did a great job with his Duper events last year. He hasn't done those in a while, but he's been running tournaments now at Major O, which has been great. But so, even like more just like I would love to get just like a massive amount of Duper games in an afternoon without like worrying about losing in the quarterfinals and going.
Yeah. So if Duper had something like that, like a feature like that, would it be? It would take out the need for an organizer to say like, oh no, Cream's not good enough, or Alex isn't good enough. Let me invite. Yeah, no one would ever say that, obviously.
Right.
Just as an example.
Yeah, you kind of let Duper be the arbiter of ratings, which is good and bad.
So if you're not good enough to get into a different game, you'd have to work your Duper up at the media game.
Yeah, but ideally there would then be, so like let's say that I'm a 4.0, but I see myself as more of a 4.25.
Yeah.
And I'm now playing. I would need to go play in as many 4.0 Duper games as possible to prove that.
To keep on getting those Ws.
To get those Ws, or even not necessarily winning. Just I do like that every point matters in Duper. I can lose a close game and not get punished for it if it's relatively similar skill levels. But that if there is more availability to 4.0 Duper games, then I have a better chance of proving that I feel like my Duper should be higher.
Right.
And I can play in those games more often. Then I hopefully can score an invite to I don't even need to score an invite to the 4.25
It would be automatic,
game.
yeah.
I'm allowed to register for the 4.25 duper game
Right.
in 2 weeks because now my score is high enough.
Okay. Yeah, that seems to be one solution. Because the other one is that you would trust someone like Erico to have like the best judgment.
Yeah.
And he might like maybe someone is really strong, but maybe he just doesn't like that they bang all the time, and they could win as a banger, but he doesn't like that style. So then maybe they don't get invited, even though they deserve to be there. And people need to figure out how to beat that person.
Yeah, it's tough because Eric, you do a good job of you know most people, you know what their approximate duper is,
right?
But still, you only have 2 eyes. You only have so much time to see everybody play.
Exactly.
If you haven't seen somebody play in a month, for all you know, they've been drilling 3 times a week.
For let's say 6 months now, everyone that shows up at the pier, I've never seen them.
Yeah, no.
So
yeah,
there could be a 5.5 at the pier. I would not know.
Yeah, that happens, and it's just like.
And they might be lost. They might be like, maybe I'll play racquetball or padel instead.
Yep.
But if we were there, if we had a presence, me, Kareem, or whoever would be like, oh, dude, you should come to Mondays, whatever.
Right. That's what I miss the most about the pier, is that Mondays and Thursdays were advanced nights. You knew that you were going to get 4-0 plus play. There were going to be 20 people.
We had enough eyes, like someone would hang out on the beginner day, someone would hang out in the intermediate day and be like, oh, dude, there's this guy.
Yeah.
New guy, Alex Rubinsky, he's a lefty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I could run the pier, I would do a similar thing that we did at the handball courts. If I could be in charge of it, I would do it. 2 advanced days.
Do you think if there are more clubs, like City Pickle's like the first, but you think if there are more clubs, there's more opportunity to set up, full-on ecosystems like that where somebody has control? Like you don't need permits or whatever?
It's difficult because it doesn't really. There's kind of a misalignment of incentives, especially for a place like City Pickle.
Right.
These are businesses with shareholders, and top-notch programming isn't necessarily the best way to make money.
Okay.
Where
so like improving the community or whatever
isn't necessarily.
They might not be thinking about that.
But a place like Parks Department, theoretically could, where the courts are open, but we're going to have some structure.
Yeah.
So I think the way that works is that you have to have free locations that have structure.
Right.
Right now, there's rules on the Parks Department for how the pier pickleball courts work.
Right.
But and people kind of just really made their own rules, and it's fine, and it works because it just filters the most people through.
Yeah. So most participants.
Yeah.
Per hour.
Yeah. And that's great. That's what their incentives are. But I think to truly,
it doesn't cultivate like any kind of improvement or like a community that helps develop a bunch of pros or 5-0s or whatever.
Correct. Which is not what their incentive is.
No.
But
for sure, they couldn't care less about that.
No, but they could, and if they wanted to, there would be ways for them to monetize it. Because if you create a culture that encourages people to get better and to play with people their own skill level and grow as a group, you create more friendships, more people coming back, and then you can now start hosting tournaments and monetize that.
Yeah.
And you can do sponsorships, you can do charities. There are ways to do it. It's just there's a lot of effort that needs to be put into the front end that not everybody is willing to do. And if I had the time and the space and the courts, I like to think that I would do that.
Yeah. So we just have to find a club owner that's willing to care a little bit about that.
Yeah.
I think I know someone.
Do you?
TBD, we'll see.
TBD?
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Me too. Yeah, so if we could cultivate a culture where, because right now, if you want to be a pro, you should probably move to Florida or Texas.
Yeah.
Because then you have that culture, you're just in it. So then it's already kind of established. Outside, free, public courts.
Yeah. New York's still like a burgeoning community,
Yeah.
It's still in its infancy, relatively speaking.
Exactly. I think just a little bit of organization will help everybody. Like, because I think a lot of people that don't know how to keep track of score don't want to be playing with people that are going to drive at their face. So it's good for 3-0s, it's good for 2.5s as well, I think.
Speaking of scoring, where do you stand on the rally scoring versus side-out scoring debate?
I like both. I prefer side-out scoring.
Yeah.
Like for serious tournaments, I prefer side-out scoring.
Yeah.
There's a different mentality and different rhythm to the game.
I agree with that.
If you're on a serving team, you play differently in side-out scoring. Like I pick different shots because I'm on the serving side.
Yeah. I agree with that. I don't like playing
Like I like to like poke around if I'm on the serving side.
Yeah.
See like, oh, what if I speed up to this guy's forehand? What if I, and if I'm on the receiving side, I'm definitely not doing that
Yep.
necessarily.
Yeah.
It's
no,
too
I-
risky. So then, if you do rally scoring, then maybe you're thinking that no matter what, you're playing safe all the time.
Playing much safer.
Yep.
Generally.
All the
Not
time.
going for it.
Yep.
I
Taking
read
risks.
Exactly. So you don't get a chance to breathe.
I read the article that had like all of the data in it about like how many like points are won by the server like in an average MLP game. They have like this whole like data dump, and it's like basically the same.
So it hasn't really changed.
Yeah, but like you said, like there's intangibles to it that you don't see in the data.
Right.
The one thing that I really do like about it, and this is maybe for more like a programming aspect, like non-competitive play, that rally scoring, the average time of it per game is like closer to being the same always. Whereas
Plus or minus like 1-2 minutes.
Yeah, but like with rally scoring, like you can have games that last 20, 25 minutes.
Oh yeah, I mean you can have a stalemate at 13 all.
Yeah. And that happens too, and of course, at game point of rally scoring, but,
It could be, yeah.
but you're fast. You get to that game point faster.
Yes.
Whereas in side out scoring, you could be locked in at 3-3,
Right.
4-4, 7-6,
People
8-9.
can be stuck at 7-8 forever.
Yeah,
You can
forever.
play 30 minutes and no one can score.
Yeah. But at a place like City Pickle or this club that you have TBD, I think that rally scoring should be the norm for open play and like regular programming.
That's
just because
interesting. Yeah.
when you have like, especially when we do this, like we've got 2 courts going.
Yeah.
We should be playing MLP, because if we know that on average the game should be 15 minutes,
Right.
you don't have the weird wait times in between, especially when this is our Friday afternoon, and
Oh, net love on that.
Try to hit through the net. Did not work. So then with the MLP being, let's say, logistically smarter maybe, what if a lot of the people don't prefer that style? Like maybe they want to wait longer or shorter sometimes, but they prefer to play side out. It might be worth it to a lot of people.
well, if change is uncomfortable to people,
It might be just a thing that just we have to do it, pull the band-aid off, and then actually
Yeah.
it's better for you guys.
yeah, it's change is uncomfortable 99% of the time.
Yeah. So
and
maybe you're thinking that you should have just started that way.
Yeah, but you can't go
Point.
back and change it.
No.
I think that
Other sports have changed, like volleyball and badminton.
yeah,
I think.
things change. Major League Baseball has introduced a bunch of changes that people were very upset about, and now people are like, well, leaving games 2.5 hours as opposed to a 3.5 hour game. Like, this is amazing.
Right.
And sometimes you just have to go through the change,
Yeah.
get used to it, and then by the time you're done with it, or by the time you're used to it, you're fine. Facebook used to change like every 3 weeks, and people would lose their minds.
Right. Right.
Now nobody uses Facebook.
Yeah. Where's that button that I was looking for?
Yeah, exactly.
Ow.
So I think my summary on it is that there's a place for both.
Yeah. Ouch.
But I agree with you for sure that like in a tournament, I'd much rather be playing side out scoring.
Yeah. Just gives you a chance to get it, because in pickleball it's tough to get rhythm at all.
Yeah.
So like if you get some room to breathe, you can gain a little bit of rhythm, where you can just relax a bit. Like yeah, you lose the serve or you side out, but it doesn't affect the score. You can get it back.
You playing in any tournaments coming up?
Yeah, the APP.
Oh yeah, nice. Who are you
one
playing with?
in Queens. Playing men's with Nico, and then I'm waitlisted for singles right now.
Oh, cool.
Playing men's 5-0.
Very nice.
Yeah. How about you?
No, I thought that I was going to be out of town, and then as soon as I realized that I wasn't going to be out of town,
Yeah.
it's full.
Uh,
Yeah, so I'll be on the lookout for last minute cancellations.
partner replacements.
Yep. I'll probably send an email to like an organizer at some point, just be like, hey,
If anyone's.
yeah, I'll play.
Maybe in the Slack.
Yeah, just like throw my hand up now. Like,
Yep.
anybody needs a last minute partner replacement, let me know, because I'll play. And if not, if I don't hear anything, I might just like sign up to volunteer anyways, just to be out there.
Yeah.
Cheer. I think like half of the people here are playing in some capacity.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a hang for sure.
When is that? That's Memorial Day weekends, or?
I actually don't know. It's like in 2 weeks, maybe less.
Today's the 13th.
I think 2 weeks. Yeah.
Cool. Good stuff. What are you doing with the content? Are you trying to do like a
I'm
channel?
just gonna throw it up on my YouTube.
Nice.
Not trying to go viral or anything.
Just passion project?
Yeah, just to get like a little sense of what it's like to be out here with these New York City pickleballers.
Yeah.
I think we have a pretty unique community compared to a lot of our parking lot style
Yeah, exactly.
courts, for instance.
Just underutilized space.
Yep.
So what's up with the TBD club? What can you tell me? What can you not?
There may be a club. We'll probably find out in probably a few weeks if it's real or not. Maybe in Brooklyn, maybe.
Maybe. So maybe in Brooklyn. Where maybe in Brooklyn?
We're maybe in Gowanus.
Okay.
We'll see. So it'll be very interesting if this happens. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Cool.
I think the more courts the better.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, I got stuff tonight. I got a shower. I can probably smell. I do want to see that ball, whether the ball bounced or not.
Yeah,
100%. It's like one of those things where
it did.
I know it did, but it's like the running joke. We get the GoPro running joke.
Yeah.
It's like every time we have a debate, it's always like I'm 100% positive I'm right, and I'm like, everybody's 100% positive right on both sides of the issue.
Yeah.
But there's only one truth.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's nice to just see the truth one time. To see that, like, okay, maybe that confidence, that conviction was not warranted.
Yeah.
And so
Because somebody has to be wrong.
somebody has to be
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
It's
There's
exactly-
three sides to every
exactly right.
story. Your
Yeah.
side, my side, and the truth.
Yep.
But no, there is no. That's it. There's like one objective truth, and the reality is you almost never can actually get that,
No.
except for when you have a camera.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
I was just like, I don't know.
Somebody's up.
What are you filming today?
Just the games on this court, and then just some commentary and some chit chat. A few questions. You want to answer some questions? You want to chit chat?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. It's gonna be on my YouTube channel. You can have it all. Free. What's that? No. It's just gonna run.
You ask for something and then you ask for everything.
I know. You're just gonna have to scrub.
I know, but it was step one. You went like 1A and then you went to like 1F very quickly.
How long have you been playing pickleball for, David?
I have been playing since August of last year, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you start? Where was your first community, or where did you find it?
So I was doing a fellowship on 34th Street, and I saw people playing at St. Barton, so I went
Okay.
down and played at the St. Barton.
Nice. The handball courts there?
The handball courts there, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I've never actually played with that community. Do they have like just open plays? Like how does it work?
yeah, so it was it's open play. At the time, it was like level separated, so they had like 2 beginner intermediate courts and 2 advanced courts separated by the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you feel like that worked in terms of like developing a community?
I mean, it was great. Ultimately, especially when like you're getting started, there's so many people who are starting with you.
Yeah.
So everyone's looking to play. Everyone's looking to like kind of start this like new journey. So it was super easy. It was a lot of fun. I made a ton of friends through it too.
I feel like when somebody is organizing the courts, it helps people participate at all levels, like the first timers all the way up.
It definitely makes it easier. There was,
Yeah.
The barrier to entry was definitely very low.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
I think that's one of the pros of pickleball, and I feel like we lost it a little bit right now in New York City. It's like tough because you show up to places like the Pier or whatever, and it's not necessarily conducive to like a growing community necessarily. I don't think.
For sure. I think there are ways around it.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, like, it's a supply-demand issue. There's only so many courts, and there's more people every day that want to play, and that's great, but that comes with its issues. But I think ultimately, like, it might be a touch more segmented, but I still think you can do the concept just maybe in the mornings, one group plays, the afternoon, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. It takes a little bit of cooperation.
That is true.
Which is kind of tough at a completely public place like Pier 2, for instance.
No way at all. Tough on the cooperation? Seriously?
I mean, they can't.
No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Paddle stack barely works there, so.
No, I've like nearly seen brawls about this
Yes.
happen. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Not a Pier 2, but at other places.
Okay.
I will not name.
People moving paddles or what?
No, it's a public park in Queens.
Okay.
There's two groups, and there was sort of an argument about whether you can stay past a certain time between the groups, and this led to a big fight between like two large groups in this Queens park.
So they had a somewhat of an agreement that somebody else didn't agree to?
Basically,
time
some of
limits?
the people from, so like, let's just pretend it was like 9 to 11, 11
Okay.
to 1. Some of the people from 9 to 11 just decided that they could stay past the time.
That they didn't have to follow these fake rules.
Those rules. And the people from 11 to 1 did not feel that way because they
Yeah.
felt like, oh, they didn't go at 9 o'clock, they came at 11,
Yeah.
so that's not cool, and it led to an argument.
At least they tried.
They tried, yeah. It works out. It's like the
Okay.
small stuff, and it comes back to normal, I think.
It's
But-
tough because there's no real rules at these public parks, so it just takes some cooperation, but you can't ask every stranger to cooperate because there's going to be a new stranger every day.
And even if you have rules, like rules are great and they're good just as a concept because most people are, I think, are reasonable people.
Yeah.
They'll follow them,
Exactly.
but they're kind of unenforceable anyway. So
Yeah,
it
they're
takes one or
completely
two-
unenforceable. Yep. It
one
just
or
takes
two-
one asshole a day to just ruin the whole thing.
Yep, that's
Just be like, no, I'm on this court, I'm not moving.
the sad reality.
Yeah.
So I missed the beginning days where, like, when I first started, the place I played the most was not St. Bart, it was Carl Schurz.
Okay.
It was close to my house. And when I first started, no one was playing. It was like you come in, everyone was welcoming everyone. Like
Yeah.
literally, have you ever been to Carl Schurz?
No.
But like basically, there's this boardwalk and people walk past.
Oh, they were like, what is that?
Yeah, and they would
Yeah.
come down, like you would like play, like different people off the boardwalk, you'd meet all of these like different people, and it was so cool. And I guess with like the number of people, it's changed a little bit in that respect. But
Yeah, because now people are protected. They don't want more people waiting in lines, necessarily.
probably true.
The same thing happened when we started at the handball courts. Everyone that came by, it was just awesome, friendly conversations. And after a while, I was like, I don't know, dude, I don't think we need more participants.
So we gotta calm this down.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So yeah, it's a supply demand for sure.
When did you start playing?
Like the fall of 21.
Okay. Like a pandemic?
Yep.
How did you even find out about the game?
So actually Squib right here, I walked through, because I coach tennis, or not anymore, but I used to, and I saw these lines put up by, I will not incriminate anybody, but there were lines put up.
There was somebody.
There was somebody that put these lines up, and I was like, are these mini tennis courts? Because, like for kids that are like under 8, they play on courts that are not so different from this size. So I was like, oh dude, I could teach kids tennis here. They're not exactly the same dimensions, but so then I looked up like what could it possibly be, like it wasn't kids tennis.
Yeah.
So like what was it? And I looked it up and I found the Brooklyn Pickleball Instagram, and that's it. I found that there was a Team Reach code, so I looked up at the Team Reach. There was a Monday advance, a Tuesday beginner. So I just sent a message. I was like, hey, it's my first time. Should I come up on Tuesday or should I come up on Monday? And I came on Tuesday and I was over there.
Nice.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
The
as
rest is
they say.
history, yes. Yeah,
Now
that's
you-
how it started.
And now you teach this? Do you still
And now
teach
I
tennis
teach-
at all?
No, zero. I can't. The tennis racket feels so alien to me.
It's been crazy. I tried to play tennis for the first time like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Hit the neck of the racket every ball. Like the first 15 minutes, and I was a good player.
Yeah.
Like neck, it's like it has to be like the short.
I'm afraid
pickleball
to
paddle.
try. I'm afraid that my wrist is gonna fall right off.
So do it once because one, that part's hilarious, and
Yeah.
second, the court, which used to feel so normal, feels so
Massive.
big.
It looks like this whole blue section here.
Yeah.
Where'd you play college tennis?
What?
Where'd you play college tennis again?
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a legit player.
Yeah. There was a point in which I could play.
Yeah. I mean, I could see the. I could see the 10,000 hours plus.
Footsteps.
Yeah.
Yep.
The deal. All the noise.
Yeah. So you're on your way. You're gonna be up and up and up. I think.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Like I think Sarah Ravinsky's like a MIP right now, most improved. You have a. Yeah. You haven't improved. I mean, I met you just recently, but you haven't improved much from then to here. But then, I think you have the huge potential to be next most improved.
I appreciate that. Thank you. We'll see.
We'll see. It's all about being obsessed.
Yeah. No, very
So,
much.
yeah.
the case.
When people have the ability, it's like, are you gonna be obsessed or not? Like if you're you have all the physical capabilities, the hand-eye coordination. It's just, do you feel like improving or not? Because a lot of it, you have to push aside a lot of your ego to try to be really good at pickleball compared to being really good at tennis.
Oh, for sure. It's the same, probably 10,000 hours at that point.
Yeah.
Hit the dink just that much more consistent, that much more accurate.
Yeah, and you start to learn like the difference between the pickleball game at a high level versus the tennis game at a high level. It's very different. Like I think a lot of people believe that tennis is like the best base for pickleball. But I think it's just a start. It's like a really the hand-eye coordination gets you to 4 or 5 pretty quickly, but then like beyond 4 or 5, I don't think tennis necessarily gets you to any more advantage than let's say a baseball player.
I think that. So what do you think is the big difference between like high-level tennis and high-level pickleball?
I think like tennis is a lot more mechanical and more athletic. Like I think you have to have the base of your mechanics, the standard of your mechanics has to be a little bit higher in tennis. In pickleball, you can get away with a lot. And not only can you get away with a lot, but it's an advantage a lot of times. So if you have like funky stuff, like for instance, if I play against a tennis player, like I know where their stuff is going a lot more easily.
Sure.
Like in terms of like the placement, like their contact point, stuff like that, it's all kind of easy to see. But like let's say like a Riley Newman, for instance, he hits like such funky shots that I think it screws up a lot of people.
It's like it stays it down.
Yeah, but like if I go against a ping pong player, I'm gonna have to learn like their spots that they can hit are way different. Like a badminton player, for instance, they can do a lot more. So like I've just, as a tennis player, I try to pick those things up so that I can change.
So I asked this question. I'm actually intrigued from your perspective on this.
Yeah.
So like from a tennis perspective, to me, solid fundamentals is that you're very good in sort of mid-court shots, approaching easy balls, making sure you don't miss approaches, putting away easy balls.
Yeah.
Like that is the core of the game. If you can't do that, you cannot succeed on the pro level.
Right.
I'm not talking about being a certain volley, but that's like the core.
Yeah.
What do you think there's an equivalent?
So in terms of getting past 4-5 in pickleball, a lot of it is like kind of performance. I don't know. Like tennis is too. You do have to perform like when it's time to, but there are ways to get back in a match in tennis that are built into the game, like side changes, 20 seconds between points. You know, like
go to the
towel, fix your strings. Those things don't really exist in pickleball. So that's why pickleball has the timeouts. So like getting used to the difference between the rhythm of the game in tennis versus the rhythm of the game in pickleball. Like really understanding that you need like actually like mentally be like, hey, timeout, you call it, you go bench, and to get back some sort of rhythm. But like even within a point in tennis, I can gain rhythm. Like not even side changes, or like I can like find a spot where I can get my groove back, where I'm relatively safe, and then I can come back. Whereas in pickleball, there are ways to do that, but it is so much harder, I think. Like to grind and like feel the groove again in pickleball. There are ways to do it, but I think it's a little bit harder. And then before you know it, you lost 4 points. That's the game. Like that's it. You lose 4 points, that's the game. Yeah.
That's the end of it.
It could be like 10-10, and then you do 3 errors in a row. That's all it takes, and it's over. It's like boom, done. Tennis, you could be like, hold on, like what's going on here? Let me add some shape to my ground strokes. Let me whatever.
They're longer games too.
Yeah.
And like you can go, whatever. You can lose 2 games or lose 8 points in a row. But
yes,
those games are individual games in themselves.
Start over.
Come back.
Yeah, you could lose 40-love 3 games in a row, but it's okay. Like, it doesn't matter. It's still 0-3. It's not that big a deal.
Versus it'd be like 12-0 or 12-1, which is not even a score.
I mean,
it's already lost.
If you're down 8-0 in pickleball, you're just not gonna win. If it's an even match, you're just not gonna win. It takes like 3-point difference of random net courts sometimes to just ruin a pickleball game. Like 3 net courts go the other way at a crucial time, it's over. So that mental aspect of it, and knowing that, like, you just got to play more tournaments, and you know some of these games could go either way. But like you play again, and maybe you average it out that you're going to win overall. And I don't think that happens as severely in tennis. I guess. So that's one. In terms of like your original question, which was. Like what the difference is high-level tennis and high-level pickleball. I think it's like the ability to adapt. Like I don't know, it just seems harder for me to find. For me personally, my personal challenge is finding a spot to be okay in parts of the game. Whereas in tennis, I was able to find those spots pretty easily. Like for me, I could just run and rally all day in tennis. and then like access like simple things like a passing shot if people are trying to get out. But then in pickleball, I'm still struggling a little bit in these tough moments to figure out how I can just exist in this trough and just hold on and trust that I'm going to come back. Yeah, like how do I need to play to not give it away right now? I guess.
That's surprising because I would have, and this is like from someone who doesn't know. Like, I would have thought the short game would have done that kind of a little bit, where you can like you hit good like consistent cross-court dinks. It's like hard to like there's some place in there that like
you can groove a bit.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
The thing is, you can make decisions like in tennis. I guess someone can serve a volley on you, for instance, or like come in, take your loopy shots and hit swing volleys, stuff like that they can do. It's not that scary. Whereas if someone decides, they're going to start speeding up every other ball or whatever it is, because they know that you're lulling, like you're in a trough right now, and they want to just bring the game to you, they can just ramp and just go. They can go shake and bake on you if you're feeling kind of tight, stuff like that.
I gotcha.
Yeah, or you might feel tempted to, I'm not dinking well, let me just shake and bake. Let me drive my thirds. Which could be the exact opposite of what you need to do, or it could be exactly the ticket. So it's kind of tough in terms of like, what should we do here? In terms of like, hey, we're in a kind of a tight spot. We're not feeling super loose or whatever. Our dinks aren't super good. What are we supposed to do to survive until we feel like we can recover?
I got you.
So I think for me that's been my challenge. Because I think I have like decent capabilities, but in terms of like performing consistently, it's hard when it's really challenging, especially later in tournaments.
Gotcha.
Ooh, whoa. Going for the dive.
You good?
Elise Jones, baby.
What have you found in terms of your adjustment so far, starting tennis to so far with your pickleball?
That's interesting. So obviously,
I'm sure you're hearing lots of advice, I bet.
A lot of advice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of gone up and down in some respects. So
Yeah.
like tennis, I started like everybody. I just smashed the ball as hard as possible and banger and all of that stuff. And I realized pretty quickly once I started playing with some better players that just doesn't work.
Right.
And that was pretty obvious and pretty simple. So then sort of learning soft game. But as I've like kind of added some of that to my game, I've realized that there still is a place for that power versus soft dynamic.
Yeah.
And figuring out what that right balance is. And I think where I'm currently at is trying to figure out what's the right amount between each. And obviously it might change match to match.
Yeah.
But,
moment to moment even.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like, I don't think I feel comfortable yet on the point that I'm making appropriate adjustments based off the situation. I'm like trying actually like tennis, you can kind of have a core strategy.
Yes.
I think that's like, I've been trying to have like a core strategy, which I don't think is inherently wrong, but I think I'm a little bit too rigid with that concept.
Not being able to adjust soon enough to do whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think it comes with experience.
And then being inconsistent, that's a different problem.
Yeah, that's another thing is like there's a standard level of consistency you need to do well in pickleball. It's easier to hit your way, for me at least, to hit your way in out of a tennis match sometimes. Like you can just make some shots and do some good. It's really tough to just make shots.
No, yeah.
It's only 20 feet and there's two people over there.
For sure. And in tennis, I remember it was like very simple. If I had some issues, I would start serving and balling a little bit.
Yeah.
Chip and charge, I could change pace, things that you just cannot do. There's like no great way to just, I guess you can like the small stuff like lobs and things like that, but it's not the same degree.
No, not at all.
No. But it's been fun. I mean, look, it is super addicting. I don't actually understand why it's so addicting. Does anyone know, actually? Kareem, do you know?
I have a theory. Kareem, why is pickleball so addicting?
I don't know. I mean, I know why. I don't know. I have no.
Like what I think it is. So like in tennis, if you ever look at rec tennis, it's just rallies.
Sure.
Nobody's actually serving and keeping track of score. Not nobody, but very few people. They would prefer not to have a W or an L at the end of this. But in pickleball, nobody rallies. Nobody dinks for fun or whatever. Everybody plays games to 11. And I think it's because the second you do something bad, you could just erase it by doing something good. So you just go and I'm gonna finish on a win, or let me play one more because I want to feel good. And I think that's what it is. I think that something bad kind of happens or whatever, and you need to erase that bad feeling and just go get that W. You know, like you'd hit a bad speed up or a bad put away. You're like, I need to erase that by hitting a good speed up or a good put away. That's
I think it's also like it's more social, right? Like it's
that,
this.
yeah.
It's we're sitting here, we're chatting, we're watching games, you rotate, you play with everyone. It's like more like community and like I don't know. It's just more open. I feel. And like you can chit, like you're 14 feet apart. You can chit chat. You can like talk shit to your players.
Yeah.
You can like.
Happens a lot less in tennis.
Never, I would never do that.
No.
Never talk shit on the court.
No.
But it's funny. You can.
Would you
chirp
do
all
that?
want. It's interesting.
In pickleball, you can. You can get away with more in pickleball, I think. There's a lot more in your face in tournaments than in tennis. I mean, some college tennis matches are nuts, but
Oh yeah, I was like that one I disagree.
some of them are absolutely nuts.
Oh my god, yeah.
But like
That I haven't seen.
but like in tournaments and stuff, you might be up.
I mean, it'll get there. Oh,
Yeah.
well, nice talking.
Good chat, David.
Do people, they're going to see you guys talking, not the pickleball?
Yeah, it's based on how I want to edit it. It could just be the voice. I don't know. Picture in picture. No clue.
Are you also filming the games themselves?
Yeah, there's a camera there for this court. Yeah.
Cool. Putting it on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, fell. It wasn't the worst idea for a speed up. Just overhit it. Yeah, it had some great chit chats. You have a Verbinski daughter here?
Got one's I don't know, somewhere. I'm going to Jersey for
Oh, nice, for the weekend?
Yeah, a little
That's
dinner,
great.
like families. We'll get away.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's see here. We got still hanging out?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Great.
I like your insights, Matt.
Appreciate
Matthew.
that. Appreciate that. You back to coaching again?
Yeah, keeping
Post-
busy.
Post fatherhood?
Yes.
How's that going?
Yeah, it's going great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a very, very easy baby.
That's great.
Very lucky with that.
Awesome. How old is he now? A couple months?
He is 3.5 months. Yep.
Will he be walking or talking first?
I don't know.
If you had to guess.
See ya, Sarah.
If you had to make a line for me to bet on.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess talking.
Talking?
Yeah. But like, there are probably some standard developmental stages that have not looked up yet.
I think that's like one of the things, and
That's
I'm
like
no
kind of
expert.
50-50?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna guess talking. We'll see. Woo.
Oh.
See ya. Oh, good try. Nice point.
You can ask Jeremy.
Oh, match point.
Jeremy, was your baby talking or walking first?
Talking? Talking it is. That was my guess. That's awesome. No mom, no dad, just Ollie? Okay. That's awesome.
And he's what, 1 year old? And he's walking. Okay. Okay, see, I don't know any of these things. I'm just, yeah.
Okay, before you get called on, what would you, besides Duper, what would you say to someone that's trying to break into different, like, tight-knit games, communities, let's say? Like if someone's at 375 that might want to play with some 4-0s, but they don't know anybody. They're like the best 3-5 they know, they're 375. How would they get into some 4-0 stuff?
That's tough. That's really, really tough because a lot of people have their games, so you kind of just got to get lucky at showing up at places where you know good players play.
Yeah.
And I would say in those couple games that you have, bring your A game.
Yeah.
Show that you are fun to play with.
Yeah.
Show that you are coachable.
Yeah.
And show that you are committed to getting better.
Yeah.
And when I play with somebody who may or may not be at my skill level just yet, but they are telling me that they're playing a lot and they're open to drilling and
they have good attitudes.
They have good attitudes. They're positive and they're not. Yeah. To me, that's what I look for, and I hope that I emulate that as well when I try to break into the higher level games as well.
Okay.
You know, you just want to show that you.
But the initial meet is tough to get that. Right?
Yeah, you kind of just got to bust down that door.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to do that.
It's tough. Yeah, without a central place where we can all see each other, it's like a lot of people go unseen.
Yeah.
That might have potential, or there might be people that don't want to spend all their time with anyone that has potential.
Yeah. I would say go and enter a tournament that is above your pay grade. So
that's a good way. Yeah.
Just go and enter a tournament as a single and just get a partner.
Yeah.
And hopefully you have a good tournament with that partner who can either carry you to decent and then get invited to their games. That's what I would do.
Yeah. All right. Good luck. Have fun. Alright, 0-0-1 here. Oof. Alright, no one scored yet. 2 side outs now. Get there. Ooh. I went with the short ball, it paid off. Lindsay going for the aggressive third shot drop. Oh, see it. Oh! Oh! Grant got his paddle on it. Alright, only points scored, missed returns. Started with Lindsay's cross-court speed up. For the left hip. Super deep return. they're up anyways. Trying that speed up again off the bounce. A little low percentage when it's that close to the net. That's a good drop. Not a bad shot by Jeremy. Lindsay was just all over it. He has a very good misdirect forehand there. With the head fake included. Pretty good dink battle on the second court down there. Good spot by Grant at the higher ball. Third drive, fifth drop. But Grant put his fourth in a good spot, made that fifth tough. A little cut serve, aggressive drop, good neutralizer. Oh! Yeah, that was not easy. Jeremy's fourth there was not easy, and then his dink was equally good to set it up. His fourth. He's there. Oh yeah. Yeah, Jeremy volleyed an out ball there. Nice reset by Grant. That was a tough shot by Jeremy. See it. Wow, got the miraculous reset. Close back in. See it. Oh! They earned it. Just couldn't execute that high ball. I think a little communication. Maybe that's Jeremy's forehand. Two-handed dink. Ooh. Ted got Kareem's spot. Going under the right armpit. little extra there. Trying to be super fancy. Giving away a few too many free points there, I think, with the missed returns. Happens to the best of us. Especially me. Oh, what a spot. That wasn't the worst move. Yeah, Grant dinked it right behind him there. It was not easy. Oof. It's actually a good take. Just didn't execute. Uh-oh. Time for a timeout. Turn, high third, good defense, dropped it in the kitchen, up, oh. And I think whenever you're on defense and you get one of those miraculous resets, it's time to crash, put some pressure on them. Tough. It's not the worst positioning. Jeremy just hit a good spot there. Good job by Grant there, playing big, not hesitating. Yes, chase down the lob, went for the reset, nice. Go reset. See ya. Oh yeah. I think Matthew's on the right side. He's pinching middle a little bit, so a little bit of an opening to his line, especially as a dink. And court, ooh. Those are always tough. Nice drive. Jeremy has to hold his ground there, get his feet under him. Windshield wiper counter there. Just long. match point here. Game point. Yeah. The virtual tour of Squib. Skyline, little Squib Bridge that gets you down to the piers. One of the busiest walkways ever coming down to Squib Bridge. A bazillion people walk through here, which is kind of nice. And then we have the green court. Alright, Jeremy's with the experimental paddle here. Just trying my paddle out. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect drop. Set up for an easy put away. Let's see. Too high to approach, yeah. Drop. Ah, yes. Not the right speed up there. The ball was decent, but there was no setup with the dinks before. It wasn't a good spot. Great setup. Decent drop. Too high. That's a tough drive. Volley. Patience still. There it is. Yeah. Grant, I think you saved that one. Good drive, crash. Oh yeah. Little net cord, but good setup, good execution. Caught Matthew still approaching from the return. It's usually a pretty good time to drive. Not the worst idea for a speed up there, but did not go his way this time. That's gonna be the hardest adjustment, because the Ben Johns is more plush. Uh-oh. Couple missed returns from Grant in a row here. Let's see. I might have went for a drive there. Good shot. Mid-court resets, those are tough. Transition zone resets. Up, up, up. Nice. It's kind of a tomahawk there. Long. Set it up. A little miscommunication in the middle. Short. Oh no. Got a little jammed up there. I think you either take that as a backhand or you have to really move those feet to get in position. Slide to the left more. That's tough. Wow. He got out-dinked there. He went for that lob. It's usually a good time for it if you're into that kind of play. When someone hits a good dink on you, they lean in looking for the slightly high reset. Inviting him in. Oh! Fifth drop. Dink by Grant. High, high. Yeah. Grant attack to the left hip there. Those are tough. See? Good defense. Good drop. That was a good drop. All right, 9-10-1. We have a tight one here. Good angle. Alright, it's kind of a big point here. Nice stink. It's in. Yeah. That was a good cross by Grant. Good speed up to set it up. Not the worst idea, he just caught the inside of the ball a bit. Oh yeah, trouble. Oh, got away with one there. Lindsay missed that long. I have one, yeah. I always like to have like a tournament ready paddle. Yeah, always. Like so, generally I have like 3 paddles. Yeah, like I like to have it like broken in, like not brand new, but
Yeah, like weekly players.
yeah. Then I have one that's like medium used, and I have one that's like very used.
Yeah, that's like my setup right now. I have one I use a lot, but the one who
Yeah.
she plays like 2 games. I'm done, but if people want to stay and play, I can stay one more game.
I play one more. Do you want to show the folks?
No, I'm done playing for today. Started at like 6:30 today.
Playing or coaching?
Coaching, yeah. Okay. ATP, right off the bat.
I think, was that out too? I think it was out. It's a good way to practice ATPs though.
Yeah. Got the rare Sarah sighting.
The Simons and the Sarahs.
Yeah.
And the Wes. Alright, let's see how this goes.
I got it, yeah. Simon visiting. Yes, hello.
Simon's gonna commentate.
Yep.
Pickle dog.
Yes, very good.
A little baby and a gigantic baby.
Yeah, it's funny because they're like the same age. One drinks milk, one eats dog food, but one can run, one can't. Good boy.
I'm just noticing Grant's grip now. It's very like thumb on the side.
Yes, it's tough to have anything on your dinks when you have that paddle head drop.
Yeah, it's tipped down, right?
Yep.
It's like, oh yeah, his thumb's on the side too.
Yeah.
How do people do that?
I don't know.
Oh,
Hit the post. That's a redo. It hit the post on the way down. That's a redo. Yeah.
What if it hits the post on the way up? Also a redo, right?
Is it? I don't know. I thought it wasn't.
Wouldn't that just be in the net?
I think that's just you win.
Okay.
If you could do that all day, you earn it.
I thought any post before a second bounce, bar-wise, is a redo.
It could.
But-
That's something
but
we
net-
probably had to look up.
Net is a different story. Like if you have backspin on it and it rolls into the net, like
That counts.
right?
Okay.
But
Your grandma might be right.
That's a tough
Because
thing.
think about bar on the way up, it still throws off
Oh.
the shot you could have got to, right?
So wait, if you hit the ball and it hits the bar,
If it goes over, it bounces off the ground, and on the way up, it hits the bar. That throws off what you would have been able to get to. So I believe even if it's on the way down before the bounce or on the way up after the bounce, it's a replay unless it's bounced twice on the ground.
for some reason, in my perspective, I thought you were saying it's like someone hit a drive from the back.
Oh,
hit the
no, no,
bar,
no, no,
Oh.
no, 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 no.
No. If someone does that, they win the lottery.
Oh, he was on that actually.
Do a lot of people hit slice drops? I feel like it's risky. It's like,
Slice drops? Yeah, like half the time I slice drop, half the time I topspin. Backhand, I hit 100% slice drops.
I guess like you hit slice with more arc, right?
Yeah, shape.
Where like some people hit.
Oh, you're talking about Lindsay's slice.
Yeah. it's
That's like she's hoping that it's low enough, but it
And it
never
just, like-
bounces. I mean, maybe not never, but it's very hard for her to get the ball to bounce with that technique, yeah.
It's so flat, right? Because it
Yep.
just comes to your paddle.
Yep.
It does make it unique to like hit a fourth because
Yeah.
if you don't account for the backspin,
Yeah.
a lot of people put them in the net, but
It keeps the ball safe enough, but it doesn't give you much time to improve your position in terms of approaching the kitchen line.
yeah, gotta let it bounce. Alright, how do you let outballs be outballs when you're not good at it? That's the struggle. You chest high, let it fly?
It works sometimes, but not all the time.
Not with all the new topspin with all the paddles.
Yeah. Luckily, like that, Vatic is an awesome company. Like they,
Oh yeah, they'll take care of it.
like Legacy hasn't responded to me in weeks now.
They're caught up finally, right?
I think so, but they're not good at catching up with emails.
2 weeks. Did you order Legacy?
I ordered it in the like ridiculous pool of like the 2-up weight. I used it once, didn't love it, sold it to somebody else.
Yeah, I sold mine for a profit.
At least it's easy to sell, yeah.
And I think I used your code and bought
the
the
Vatic.
The Vatic, nice.
Hey, it comes today, right?
probably 5. No.
Oh no, Grant said his comes today.
I purchased it today, so I don't know next week.
I have the bread
Maybe a
and
week or
butter
so.
filth that should be here tomorrow.
Nice.
So I know a lot of people hold on their dinks to then pick where they want to go last minute.
Yes.
It seems like Lindsay sometimes does that with her high up shots. Like she shows something with her paddle and then she
Yes.
like will hold it, and then last minute she'll like angle it a different way.
Yeah. I think a lot of tennis players that kind of play aggressively, they kind of have, oh, that's out.
Oh.
They kind of have that that ability kind of naturally.
Yeah, to
Like a little bit of a timing change,
yeah.
just to put the ball away more easily. And that carries over really well to pickleball.
Like you hold something, you see where the people move, and then
Yes.
based on where they move, then you're like, ha,
Yep.
ha, gotcha.
You just change the timing just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of good defensive players, they're just waiting for the right time to hop to where they think you're going to go. And if you get them to hop a little early, then you just go somewhere else.
So you think at the end of the day, just stand in the right court position and protect position because percentage, right? Like,
Yeah, but there's some situations where you're toast, so you
Yeah.
have to guess. And if you guess well, it gives you a better chance of getting the ball back or even hitting a high quality reset maybe. He's there. Reverse Ernie or whatever that was.
yeah, what do they call when you run back into the court and hit an Ernie?
If you hop the corner again, that's a reverse Ernie.
Reverse Ernie. Oh, another Ernie.
Not great reset by Danny. Oh, trouble. Oh, got a paddle on it though.
Every now and then, Danny will get back a miracle ball, and you're like, Danny, how?
Yeah. He always
with,
puts his
with
paddle
two
there.
hands.
Yeah. You get your paddle on the ball, miraculous things happen.
Defense, Danny.
Yeah, just solid, consistent. He brings the best out of his partners by playing that way. Puts you at ease.
All right, watch the serve. Is it legal or not? That's my question.
I don't know. I think about that like with Henry's serve too.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like I have that serve. I just get paranoid that people are staring at me.
The underhand.
Yeah.
Like, cut serve.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Henry's is fine because his like, he's low enough when he hits it, right?
It's just the matter of like, is your paddle traveling up or not?
That's true. Yeah, like watch it. Let's see.
I think that's good. I don't know.
It's like down and then up.
Right. So
instead
then
of just.
at that moment of impact, is that paddle going up or is it still going down?
That's true.
Don't know. Like no one will call you on it. It's just
Yeah.
I just get paranoid.
Drive to the right.
All right, I have a question for you, Kareem.
Yeah.
If let's say you're in a 3-5 game, you know, you have a good 20 people on the roster, 8 people show up every time you set up a game. How do you, if you're the best one in that 3-5 game in that roster, how do you get to the next private group?
Ooh,
Like you don't know anybody. You're the best person you basically play with.
I think you approach the friendliest person in the next group up
Yeah.
and say honestly that you feel like you've leveled up from your group,
Yeah.
and you want a shot with the next group. And I think maybe give them 1 or 2 chances, see how they hold up, and if they can hold up, then promoted.
So you say just to reach out to some players that you.
Yeah, I think it's happening now. Like the Brooklyn Heights WhatsApp group is pretty large, and I
Yeah.
feel like some of them are getting to that level where they need to either form a group that's a little stronger and set up their own games,
Yep.
or they're waiting for an invite, but they're not doing anything to like get their names out there,
Yeah.
or like
So you-
fight to get matches, right?
So you think if you're like the strongest 3-5, you should just start inviting? Oh, baby.
Well, no, I think so say you have 23 fives
That's
and you're
long.
now.
Was that a tweener, Grant? No? Okay.
So if you have 20 people that are all 3-5 and you're now capping out, I think you find out who runs the next level group and you ask like, hey, could I sub in 1 week, or could I try to get a game, or
Yeah.
like try to prove myself?
Just try to get a chance.
Yeah, and I think like maybe they get two days to come to, because you can have an off day,
Yeah, for sure.
and if they can hang, I mean they're gonna probably be at the bottom too. They're not gonna
Well, yeah.
immediately show up, but I think or the other thing I've thought of is there's someone in every borough that knows everyone and kind of gauges their level, and they're the organizer.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you talk to a lot
So
of
if
us
you
who
reach
play
out to
around
the-
with
yeah.
the community, we kind of know where people stand, right?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. So like reach out to someone like you or Erico or me.
yeah,
or
like someone who kind of plays around with the different pockets and plays with lots of levels. They can kind of be like, they're ready, they're not ready, or
Yeah.
they deserve a chance. Like,
Yeah, I feel like one of the things is a lot of people really overestimate how good they are.
yeah.
Or
And-
they don't realize like how much of a detriment they are when they enter a game and they're maybe a little too weak, and it's maybe frustrating for everybody, especially the partner.
And I think there's things you could do that are strong as a 3-5, but maybe you don't like 4-0, like positioning matters more, like shot selection matters more.
Yeah.
So like there might be individual skills you're really good at 3-5, but then at the 4-0 level, it's like, I don't know, it's different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there should be someone that just, I think if we had courts if there were like 10 courts somewhere and everyone played together, you would naturally figure out who's
Yeah.
good and who's not. The fact that we don't have that setup here is tough.
Yeah.
Because
So people literally don't see each other.
yeah, I mean, anyone who's above a 4-0, like, they don't want to play at the pier anymore because
Right.
it's not worth it.
Exactly.
Hi, sir.
Hey, how's it going? Good.
Like Seattle, you have 8 to 10 courts, you stack your paddles based on your level, you kind of know, okay, I've won all my games at the advanced level, it's now time for me to like level up and move on.
Yeah. That's the same with my hometown, Grand Rapids. We have the Belknap Park is giant, and there's
Yeah,
just
it's like,
beginners, intermediate, advanced, challenge court, and then there's 4-on, 4-off courts.
I think
And
what
that's-
New York would really benefit from is a hub with
Yeah.
10 plus courts.
And-
I mean, ideally 20.
And
'cause,
real
like,
rules. Well, New York City.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
need
just like
multiple 20-court facilities.
your beginner courts, your intermediate courts, your advanced court, and then people that can help
Yeah.
work up and down.
Maybe some sort of organization, kind of like how Fort Greene Tennis has some sort of.
Brooklyn Pickleball Association.
Yeah, just have like an actual association that they're kind of like known to be making the rules.
I think you can get certified in rating people too, right? Like there's like a program to like learn how to rate people.
For tennis?
No,
Or
for pickleball. Like there's actually like you can get certified to become like a rater.
Oh wow. Like I know in tennis they used to have that.
Like someone that watches you play and then
Yep. You
yeah.
go to a rating clinic and you get rated.
Yeah, so I think we need that here.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I know they've tried it a couple times, or like duper events to kind of help see like where you fall in. But
You don't want to plug? Let's do it.
Alright, Simon, say goodbye to the people.
bye Simon, bye Pickle Pup.
I got this mark that I'm not.
We got a little singles exhibition. Oof, oof, oof.
Oh, is that a cramp?
Not good. Full cramp. It's always the last game they get to.
No.
Yeah.
This is Dewey.
Is it? Okay, yeah. Where did this come
from earlier.
This I don't know, but if one of you guys wants to.
Who's no, you hold it. I have like 200 at home.
like 200, but I don't need them.
You got a full-on cramp?
I'm fine. It's like
You just have to
you went
hammer
out
that
for a
thing
point.
out.
Your body's like, you idiot.
yep, pretty much.
You need some electrolytes and massage gun.
You want a pack of electrolytes?
I'll get a beer. That'll be
Okay.
all the electrolytes I need.
There you go. Oh, you know what? The other day we got beers at this place, and it's like an electrolyte beer.
Nice.
At what's the brewery place?
Randolph or Rudolph? Randolph?
Randolph's.
Oh, nice.
Tasted like Powerade and
Yeah.
beer combined. It was literally the best thing ever.
It actually tastes good.
No, but like cyclists in Europe, that's what they do. They
Beer,
they
yeah.
do the raffle with beer and like lemonade.
Yep.
It's like actually.
It's a good recovery
that's-
drink, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beer and lemonade. I'll take
So
it.
it's legit.
This is fun. I got it. No one touch that net. I can take it down.
All right, the end. See you guys next time. Boom.